In this lecture, we'll go over adding and subtracting polynomials. We'll go over first identifying the terms and the coefficients. We will also go over combining the like terms. And then we'll go over evaluating the polynomials. And then in the end, we'll learn how to add and subtract polynomials. Let's get started. Let's first understand what is a numerical coefficient. The number factor of a term is called a numerical coefficient. Let's look at an example 4a. In 4a, a is a variable and 4 is a number factor. And therefore, the numerical coefficient for the term 4a is 4. Negative 3n square m cubed. In this one, n square and m cubed are variables. Negative 3 is the numerical coefficient. When you have no number in the front of the letter, you have to go imagine 1 in the front. In this case, because of the negative sign, my numerical coefficient will be negative 1. Let's go over like and unlike terms. Terms with exactly the same variable and the same exponent are called like terms. For example, 5x and 7x. You have the same variable x, and they both have exponent of 1. That's what makes these two terms like. 8y, 3m. They're unlike because the letter y and m are not the same. 3x squared and 3x cubed are unlike, even though the variable x is same, but the exponent 2 and 3 are not same. That's what makes this unlike. Let's combine now the like terms. 5i plus 11y. Y and y same letter in the power 1. Whenever we combine the terms, we do not touch the variable. We will leave the variable as is. Instead, we will add the numerical coefficient and attach to the variable. In this case, 5 plus 11, which will be 16. The answer goes into y. 16y is your answer. R squared plus 4r plus 8r squared. Sometimes when you have more than 2 terms, 4 or 5 terms, you might see that not all of them are like. In this case, r squared and 8r squared are the like terms, which I can able to combine. There is a 1 in the front of the r squared. So when I add 1 to the 8, I will get 9r squared. And the 4r will stay as is. 2z plus 3y. In this case, the letter z and y are different. That's what makes them unlike, and therefore I cannot combine these two terms. Let's go over the definition of a polynomial. Polynomials are sums of expressions. Each part of the polynomial that is being added is called a term. We do not allow a square root of exponents for polynomials. We do not allow any fractional powers for polynomials. We also do not allow a variable in the denominator for polynomials. Degree of a polynomial. Degree of a polynomial is the highest degree of any non-zero term of a polynomial. Let's look at the example. 4x cubed plus x squared minus 5x plus 11. The first term has the highest exponent of 3. The second term has the exponent of 2. The third term has an exponent of 1. The last term, there is no variable, there is no exponent. So if I have to pick between the 3, 2, 1, I will pick 3 as the highest exponent, and that represents the degree of a polynomial. Let's look at another example. 3x squared y to the 5 plus 7x minus 8x to the 6 plus 9y to the 4 minus 11x cubed y cubed. The difference between the second example and the first example here is in the second example, I have 2 variables, x and y. So I'm just going over the highest power for each term. So in this case, because I have two exponents, this carries a weight of 7. Second term has exponent of 1. Third term has an exponent of 6. Fourth term has an exponent of 4. And the last term carries the weight of exponent of 6. So if I had to pick the highest number between 7, 1, 6, 4, and 6, definitely I will pick the 7. And therefore, 7 here is the degree of my polynomial. Descending order. Polynomials may have terms with more than one variable. Polynomials must be written in the descending power. Descending power meaning from the highest exponent to the lowest exponent. Let's look at an example. 5y cubed minus 6 plus 7y plus 3y to the 4 minus 2y squared, which I'm going to try to write in the descending order. I will number them so that I know in which order I'm going to write. First term I will put is 3y to the 4 because 4 is the highest power. After that, I will write 5y cubed, the power 3, followed by the power 2, which is negative 2y squared. Then goes the power y, which is plus 7y. And in the end, I'll just write the constant number 6. So when I write my polynomial in the descending power, I'm just rearranging the terms without changing the signs. So here we go. So if I write this as 3y to the 4 plus 5y cubed minus 2y squared plus 7y minus 6, then this is in the descending order. We have a special name for a polynomial depending on how many terms we have. If a polynomial has only one term, we will call as a monomial. Mono means one. Here are the example. 9mn minus 6y cubed. Binomial. Bi means two. A polynomial which has exactly two terms can be called as a binomial. Examples are 8m squared plus m, x plus 2. Trinomial. A polynomial which has exactly three terms can be read or write as a trinomial. Example, 9m cubed minus 4m squared plus 5, 7x squared plus 2x minus 9. They both are trinomials. Now, whatever we have learned in this slide, I'm going to combine and try to put in a one slide so we can answer better. Here's an example. 7t cubed minus 3t. Simplify if possible. In this case, I cannot simplify this polynomial because power cube and 1, they don't match. So it's already simplified. It's already descending order already because power 3 and then you have power 1. The highest degree you can see, the highest exponent here is 3. And how many terms do I have? I have two terms and I will call this as a binomial. Let's try another one. Negative 11ab plus 2ab minus 4ab. In this case, all your variables are same. And therefore, I can combine. The answer will go in AB. Negative 11 plus 2 is negative 9. Negative 9 and negative 4 will give you negative 13. Let me write this again. This is negative 13 AB. So, simplifying after these three terms makes it negative 13 AB. It's already in the descending power. The A has a power 1, the B has a power 1, and therefore the degree will become 2, 1 and 1. It's only a one term, so I'm going to read this as a monomial. After I simplify negative 13ab, I'm going to read that as a monomial. Let's evaluate the polynomial. Here for x equals 2. Our polynomial is 2x cubed plus 8x minus 6. You have to replace your x by 2 here. This is how I'm going to write. 2 times x will change to 2 to the power 3 plus 8 times 2 minus 6. Now, 2 cubed meaning 2 times 2 times 2. So we will write this as 2 times 8 And then you will multiply 8 times 2, which will give you 16, and then bring down the negative 6. Multiply again 2 and 8, which is 16. Then we have 16 plus 16, which is 32. And we will subtract the 32 minus 6, which is 26. Your final answer will be 26. You just need to follow the order of operation. So you must do the exponent first before you multiply, and then in the end, you will add or subtract, following left to right. Let's try one more. This time I have the same polynomial 2x cubed plus 8x minus 6, but I have changed my value of x to -1. Let's replace our x by -1. In this case, we are multiplying first -1 times -1 times -1, and that should give me 2 times -1. Negative sign appear odd number of times, stays negative. 8 times -1 will give you -8. Bring down the -6. Let's multiply 2 and -1, which is -2. Combining -8, which is -10, and then -6. Combining all three will give you -16. That will be our final answer. -2 minus 8 minus 6. That should give you -16. So when you evaluate any polynomial, as far as you're changing the value of x, you will see the answer will be changed as well. Let's add using a vertical method. Polynomial is 4x cubed minus 3x squared plus 2x plus 6x cubed plus 2x squared minus 3x. When you are adding, you simply go ahead and add, just leaving the variable. 4 plus 6 will become 10x cubed. -3 plus 2 will become -x squared. Positive 2x minus 3x will become -x. And that's already arranged in the descending order. So this is a vertical method which makes easy to add the like terms. Let's try now subtracting with the vertical method. In a subtraction vertical method, what we need to do is the second row, we must distribute the sign first. The top polynomial will remain as is. In the bottom one, I must switch the sign. So I will rewrite the problem again. First polynomial as is, which is 14y cubed minus 6y squared plus 2y minus 5. In the bottom one, I will change that to -2y cubed plus 7y squared plus 4y minus 6. So here I'm distributing this sign. Negative here, negative and a negative positive, negative and a negative positive, negative and a positive is a negative. And now we will simply add the way we add. 14 minus 2 will be 12y cubed. -6 plus 7 is positive y squared. Positive 2, positive 4, positive 6y, minus 5, minus 6 will be giving you -11. And this is already arranged in the descending order. So vertical method, just remember when you are adding, you simply go ahead and add. When you're subtracting, you must change the sign first for the second polynomial before you add. Let's try with the horizontal method here. So horizontal method, you're just looking at the like terms and just combining. That's what we did earlier. So 3r squared minus 5r squared will give you -2r squared. 5r and 2r will give you 7r. And then -6 will stay as is. So as you can see, I combine the r squared together, combine the r's together, and the number as is. Whenever you have a plus sign between the two parentheses, that's how you know you are adding. And you're not changing any sign, you're just combining the like terms. Let's try the horizontal method with the subtraction. The extra step here is to make sure that we distribute the negative sign to the second polynomial. So if you can see that once I open the parenthesis, I'm changing the sign here. Negative times positive, negative, negative times positive, negative, negative times negative is positive. And now you can simply combine 5x squared minus x squared. That will give you 4x squared, 2x minus x, which will give you a positive x, and the plus 8 will stay as is. It's your choice whether you are doing a horizontal method or a vertical method. The answer will be same. It's just in the difference how you write your terms and how you like to combine. If needed, you can watch the video again.